Hello, can you hear me?
Hi,
Hi, how's it going?
I can't hear you.
Yeah.
I think I, is that better? Hello?
Hello.
Yes, I can hear you.
Okay, good, good. How are you?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm good. I'm really good. It
Yay.
is negative 10 degrees here in South Dakota right now. So,
Yes, yes. Here in the Twin Cities, it is very similar. And the number doesn't really count if it's negative 12 because I'm looking up the wind chill and it says negative 26.
oh, wonderful.
Yes,
Yeah,
that's
this
living in
gonna
the
be tough.
Midwest.
Yep, yep. It is brutal this time of year. If you can make it through like February, then you're all right for the most part. But
Right, right.
but anyway, so thank you so much for rescheduling our
Yeah,
little
of course.
conversation here.
Absolutely. It's always fun to talk and meet new people and
Yeah, yeah, it is. And I've never gotten to meet you in person yet, I don't think. Um, so
no.
at least we get to virtually meet, and then will you be at the CMO Awards?
Yep, I'm planning on it.
Good. Yeah, me too. So we can see each other in person there.
That'll be great. Yeah,
Awesome.
yeah.
So tell me about yourself. Tell me how you became part of the org and what you do.
Well, a long time ago, when I was in my mid 20s, mid 30s, I was a performing singer-songwriter and I released an album in 2001. And then I became a mom and all my music stopped. Um, and I had a second child in 2006, so I have two boys. And I music came to us in my family in a different way, rather than me strumming my guitar and singing breakup songs. Because I was so in love with my children and life and being a mom. But then cancer threw a big wrench in my life.
Oh my
I'm a
gosh,
young survivor of breast cancer.
that is wonderful. Congratulations.
Yeah, 15 years cancer free.
Woohoo!
Yay.
That
Yes.
is so wonderful.
Yeah, so I was diagnosed in '09, and then in 2013 I wrote a children's book about our family journey through the awful disease, and it's written in their voice, my boys' voices. They were 6 and 3
Oh
at the
man.
time of my diagnosis. Yeah. So I love books and I love music. And it was during the pandemic that music started coming back to me. Um, and it was interesting how it was like, well, I have something to say through songs again. And I picked up my guitar and started writing. My younger son started producing music, and he is a groundbreaker in his whole underground rap genre.
Yeah.
And my older son, he was a junior in high school in a band playing the drums. And that's no fun to do distance learning. So he said, Mom, I want to learn how to play your guitar. Okay, so all three of us were making lots of music during the pandemic. And then I joined a songwriting challenge group on Facebook, which is open to everybody all across the world. The Singer Songwriter Songwriting Challenge. And every couple of weeks, we get a prompt, and all of us write a song based on that prompt. We make a really bad home video of this really, really rough song that we are probably going to break up with, but we won't. We had the experience of songwriting, and we share it with the whole World Wide Web. And the community is amazingly supportive.
That sounds
You
like
know,
so much fun.
yeah, you would think a social media platform sharing your art could be really something scary. And it
Yeah.
is, because you're
Yeah.
very, very vulnerable.
Right.
Here's my bleeding heart. I recorded this in my pajamas, and you're probably listening to it in your pajamas. So what are you going to say? And the feedback that all the participants give to each other is just great cheerleading, and it's super inspiring. And in 2022, I wrote about 25 songs. And then in 2023, I wrote another 25 songs, and I made an album. And I'm just like, yes, this is what I want to do again in my life. So I kind of feel like my music career is kind of doing a little kind of infinity loop. Like
That is
it's going
awesome.
back, but it's different this time.
That is so fun. I love that. I didn't know that anything like that even existed.
Oh, yes, you are very welcome to join us.
Yeah.
Um, 2025 season just started on January 1st.
Okay.
And the first prompt word was not.
Ooh, okay.
Because one of our members, one of our participants, was getting married. So
Nice.
let's do with that in mind. But you could write anything. I did write a love song. I was kind
Yeah.
of due for a love song.
Yeah.
But Orca is this week's prompt. The whale. Yes, Orca.
No, that I feel like this could be very entertaining.
Yes, it can be. I was really surprised with the song I wrote. Um, it's called Part of My Shadow. That's the name of my song.
Okay.
The idea of the orca being this big, black, monstrous thing that could be dread or it's like doom.
Hmm.
And last October, I did a big show at the Ice House in Minneapolis, celebrating my 15th year of being cancer free. And it was a fundraiser for Gilda's Club, Minnesota.
Uh-huh.
So, an organization that offers programs and services for free for everyone that's affected by cancer, not just the patients that are bald and barfing, but the people who are patting their backs
Yeah.
and the children or the other people in their lives. So Gilda's Club is a wonderful nonprofit organization. And when I was on Minnesota Public Radio being interviewed about that show, I said, answering the question about, well, since you've had cancer, are you worried you're going to have cancer again? And the answer is always yes. But I said, it's part of my shadow now. It's always there and it will never go away. And I was thinking, yeah, it's part of my shadow. So when Orca came to write a song, I was encouraged to take that idea of it's part of my shadow and I wrote a song about it. And it's on my YouTube.
Oh my gosh. And what's your YouTube channel?
It's katytessman.com.
Okay. Awesome. And then what's
Yeah.
the Facebook group for the writing challenge?
It's singer, songwriter, songwriting challenge.
Okay.
And I don't think there's a hyphen or a dash in there.
Okay.
But right now there is a cream colored paper snowflake as the icon.
Okay.
Yeah.
Awesome. That is so fun. I love that. I love it. So how long have you been writing?
I've been writing regularly since 2021. I wrote a few songs. Celebrating my 10th anniversary of being cancer free was a pretty big deal. So I wrote a song
Yeah.
called Hero Now Crowned. And it's right there.
Oh,
I put it into a lyric picture book.
oh, fun. Are your books
So,
available elsewhere?
yep, they're on my website,
Okay.
katytessman.com. And I also have them for sale through my BandCamp. Yeah, and at my shows, of course.
Cool.
Yeah, so Hero Now Crowned is a celebration of all of us. who have faced hardships, not just a stupid cancer diagnosis, but have overcome addiction, figured out our anxiety and depression, living through tragic grief. We are all the hero in our own story.
Hmm.
So that's a song for all of us.
Oh, I love that. You're right. You're absolutely right. We are. That is so wonderful. So tell me about BandCamp, how you use that. I've heard about it, but I've never tried to use it or like know what it offers.
Oh, okay. It is a website, and you create your own page and you upload your digital songs and you sell them.
Okay.
And people buy them.
Okay.
So it's an alternative to being dependent on streaming music. And then Apple Music, you can buy, some people buy their iTunes,
Right.
but this is another way for people who don't have iTunes and they want to support you. And then you can also put your uh, materials for sale
Okay.
through that store.
Okay.
And it goes through a PayPal.
Nice.
Yep. So it's fun to get your notifications in your email and package things up and go to the post office.
Yeah. Is there I'm assuming there's like a membership fee or an annual fee that goes with it?
Nope. Nope.
No?
Bandcamp gets a couple little fees per sale.
Okay.
And then they have throughout the year special Bandcamp Fridays where they waive all their fees. So
Yeah.
100% goes to the artists.
Awesome. That's really cool. I'll have to look into that because yeah, I've seen the logo here and there, but I've never actually looked into it to see what it all
Yeah.
involves. So,
It's a great way to know when to release new music or to, try, oh, what if I just do a Bandcamp release
right.
and then later in the month or the next month go to the real world,
Mm-hmm.
you know? Yeah.
Awesome. That is really cool. So how did you become part of the org?
Um, with the Songwriting Challenge group, I have made some very close friends, and Sarah Morris is one of them.
Oh, okay.
And the Midwest Country Music Organization it loves Sarah Morris as we all should.
Mm-hmm.
Such a talented songwriter, gorgeous vocalist, and she is just a very giving collaborator. And she is a champion of all songwriters. And so when I saw that she was part of the Midwest Country Music Organization, I thought, I think I want to be part of that community too. So this will be my third year being part of the organization.
Okay. Yeah, this is only my second year, so but it's been a great community so far. There's so many wonderful, wonderful people and resources and anything
Yeah.
and everything you could imagine. Someone in there knows something about it.
Yes, absolutely. You were at the award show last year, right?
Yes. Yes,
Yes.
it was.
Okay, so you saw the international treasures,
Yes.
Doyle Turner and Forever the Maverick, Ted
Yeah.
Heineshevitz.
Yes.
Yes,
I
yes,
never know how to say his last name. How'd you say it?
Heineshevitz.
Okay.
You could say Heba Jeba.
Which is probably what I will say.
Yes,
Oh my God, I'm
yes.
like, how do you say this?
Yeah,
No,
yes, but I've
yeah, they were
collaborated
great.
on songs with them. The harpist that sat in with them, that's part of their band, Nikki
Mhm.
Lemire. She sang and played harp all over my album that I released in 23.
Aw,
Yep, and I am currently working on a new album that she is producing.
awesome.
Yes.
That's way awesome. Did she do or where did you get your first album produced?
Michael Koppelman, who is my neighbor and a former producer for Prince.
Really? Oh my
Yes.
gosh.
Yeah. Yeah.
That
Yeah.
is
Our kids went to
awesome.
the same high school together.
Really?
Yeah.
I can't
So
even
he produced
imagine
my
being
first
that.
album.
That is so cool. Has he told you some cool stories about him?
Yes. In fact, he just posted a picture of him by a mural and he's
Mhm.
looking all cool, Michael Koppelman cool. And he said that Prince nicknamed him Dr. Mike K. or something. Dr. Mike of the K, something.
Oh my
Yeah.
gosh, that's hilarious. It's
Hmm.
just crazy, like what kind of, connections are within the org too. Like, just people that happen to randomly know people like this, or went to school with them or grew up next door to them or have, some other kind of connection that's really, really cool. Our world is not nearly as big as we think it is.
Right, right. Well, I'm on the western side of Minneapolis, and Chanhassen is just a little bit further west, and that's where Paisley Park is. So I drive past Paisley Park to my voice lessons.
Oh,
Yeah,
that's awesome. So
yeah.
do you still go out and perform ever or not so much anymore?
Oh, yeah. Since after the pandemic, when I started writing songs, the drive to perform again hit me hard.
Mhm.
And I've been playing lots and lots of shows, like
Good.
four or five times a month. Yeah.
That's wonderful. Is it mostly in the Twin Cities area or do you go out of state or out of the area?
Yep. Last fall when I released my album, I booked my own tour in June and I did 3,000 miles from home, Twin Cities, to Chicago,
Oh my
Ohio,
gosh.
West Virginia, Nashville, Missouri, and then back home again.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah. Yep. And I'm currently planning another tour. I have a cousin that lives in Salt Lake City, and I've never been to Utah or New Mexico.
Hmm.
And I would love to camp in Canyonlands.
Oh
So
yeah.
I'm putting the finishing touches on a mid-June tour, South Dakota, Wyoming, Utah, New Mexico, Colorado, Nebraska. And
Oh
then
my
home.
gosh. Where are you gonna come in South Dakota?
Rapid City.
Well, that you'll have to let me know because I'm only about 30 minutes from there.
Oh, cool. That's
Yeah.
great.
Yeah,
Yes, yeah, you're mountain time. I'm central time.
yes,
Yes.
yes. That's why I double checked because I already screwed this up once trying to talk to I can't remember who, and he was like, are we still doing this tonight? And I'm like, yeah, not till whatever time. And he's going, yeah, that's not
Is that Greg Huberty?
you're ahead of
Yeah.
me. It's like,
Yeah,
oh
Greg lives just
no.
north of where I am.
Whoops.
Yeah,
So yeah. Yeah, I already messed that up once, but oh
that
well.
makes sense.
So
Yeah.
yeah, then I thought, oh no, did I mess it up again?
No problem. Yeah. It
So
really helps when a person is planning a tour to what is your family life like out throughout the world or throughout the country? Because I've got a cousin that's in Decorah, Iowa, so it's always fun to visit her and do a gig.
yeah.
Um, yeah, and in Wisconsin and the Dakotas, it's always so fun to be able to see family and friends that you know. Um, and I'm traveling with my partner, and we're camping in my minivan.
Nice.
Yes. So when I say, "Hey, can I come and do a show in your neighborhood?" Yes, but I don't have a spare bed. No, I just need your toilet. And it works great. Yeah.
Hey,
And
that is
like
perfect.
last summer, I've never been to the Great Smoky Mountains National Park. So that was like the pinnacle part of the tour because I wanted to go camping and hiking. And then
Yeah.
how do I loop it around? And yeah, so it's
So, what's your strategy for getting all these venues to line up with where you want to be and what months and stuff? Because, I mean, you have to plan ahead a little bit.
yeah, planning ahead is key. Um, Reaching out to your fellow performers that are like you, and seeing, where they are playing. And so being a part of organizations like the MCMO is really helpful because then you can network with each other
Hmm.
and share contacts because we're all in this together, aren't we?
Yes, yes, we are.
Yeah. So networking is helpful. Bands in Town is a website that I go to
Yeah.
and just type up Santa Fe, New Mexico and research that way. What are the venues that host music similar to my music?
Hmm.
And then you have a really good email with your links to your YouTube for a performance. I'm traveling solo. I won't be with my band. So I'm not going to share that awesome video I have me performing with my band. I'm going to make sure I have an awesome video of me performing solo.
Right.
And make sure that my message is right about, why, what is my why? And examples of performance video is super important.
Okay. Great. I just thought of something and then it just like left my head.
Oh, about my band?
Yeah. Yes, actually it was. So you perform with a full band at home most of the time, and then when you're traveling, you do acoustic stuff, correct?
Yes, it depends on the gig.
And
I have a core group of people in my band, a drummer, a bass player, and lead guitar player, who is my son.
oh, well, isn't that convenient?
That kid that learned guitar in
Uh-huh.
2020. Well, he's 22 years old now, and he is amazing on
That's
guitar.
wonderful.
Yes, yes.
That's so
And
wonderful.
yeah, it's really great. And then sometimes I have like Nikki Lemire sit in, and she
Hmm.
plays harp in my band and sings. Sometimes I have a friend play piano or organ, electric
Yep.
keyboard. It
Yep.
depends on the venue and the show. So today, January 20th, we announced a big show called Leading Ladies of Americana, and it will be March 20th at the Caboose. Well, of course, I'm going to have my full band.
Yes.
Yeah, and it's my band is called Katy Tessman and the Turnbuckles.
Okay. How did you come up with the turnbuckles part?
Well, do you know what a turnbuckle is?
No, I don't think so.
Um, a lot of dudes think of wrestling because in the corner of the wrestling ring
Hmm.
is this very important mechanical piece called a turnbuckle that
Okay.
keeps the ropes tight.
Okay.
But a turnbuckle is often used on farms for fencing to
Okay.
keep the wires tight together.
Okay. So keep in the sense then keeps your band tight and together.
Yep,
Uh-huh.
because I'm, singing my heart out and strumming my guitar, and then my band is keeping it all tight. Yes.
Oh man. So would you
Katy
consider
Tessman.
yourself Americana? Is that like your category?
Yeah. Recently I was going through a bunch of junk and I found my flyers from the late 90s, early 2000s,
Uh-huh.
and I called my music urban folk.
Okay.
I'm like, okay, yeah. So when you're a singer-songwriter, you can write all kinds of music.
Yeah.
But I now with this new wave of creativity, I asked a friend of mine who is very book smart. He reads books all the time, so I knew he'd be very good with words
Hmm.
to label my genre of music.
Yeah.
And he says it's Mama Americana. So I'm a
Mama
mom.
Americana.
I give
Okay.
out mom hugs. Yes. A lot of my music is like inspiring. It tells you to be courageous. It tells you to dust yourself off and get back up. And so it's a lot of my songs are sort of cheerleading.
Aw,
Yeah,
I
like a
love that.
mom.
So yeah, he is 100% right, sounds like.
Yeah, Mama Americana. Yeah.
Oh.
But the 28-year-old rock star in me was a little like, what? Oh, it took me a while to embrace it. Oh, okay, I am old.
I think
Now.
that should be a new category in the nomination section.
Sure, sure. Well, as long as it's not called the senior
Yeah.
Americana artist.
Oh my gosh, I love it. I absolutely love it. That is so much fun. Oh man. So do you have a website too? You
Yep,
do, don't you? Okay.
katytessman.com Yep. And there you'll see my show schedule. My biography is there to learn all about me, about my books, and all of my music.
That,
I'm in a new trio project with two other MCMO members,
oh, you are.
Becky Schlegel and Nikki Lemire. We're
Awesome.
called Heartland Souvenirs.
Okay.
And last October, in honor of John Prine's birthday, we released a two-song EP of two songs by John Prine.
Oh,
Angel
fun.
from Montgomery, of course. Yeah.
Uh-huh.
And then a deep cut called Far From Me.
Really? Well, that's
Yeah.
wonderful.
And
So is
we,
that Mama Americana too?
well, it's more a celebration of American songwriters and touching on the nostalgia of those songs that are timeless.
Okay.
Yes. So our next show that we have coming up, Heartland Souvenirs, is March 8th at the 318 in Excelsior.
Awesome. That's really awesome.
Yeah, so three-part harmonies. We've got guitar and mandolin and harp.
Really? Oh, I love it. I love it. Have you ever had like fiddle in any of your stuff? I would love to have a fiddle player.
Yes, the title, well, the
Hmm.
single off of my album Fly has Jillian Ray playing fiddle on it. And it's my song called Vines.
Okay.
Yeah, yeah.
Did you ever play any other instruments besides guitar?
Yes, growing up, I tried a bunch. I tried violin, but then all my friends were going to play flute the next year. So then I played the flute. And
Mhm.
then in junior high, you couldn't be in band and in choir.
Really?
So, yeah,
That seems a little counterproductive, doesn't it?
yeah. Big city school,
Yeah.
limited resources. So I've always been a singer in
Yeah.
choir and yeah, and in a church choir and that kind of thing.
So maybe
Um,
maybe you would be a great person to ask. So I've gotten much better at doing harmony. At first I was like, I don't get it. I can't figure it out. I'm always singing off the wrong thing. So what for like artists that are trying to get stronger in that aspect, what are like a couple little tidbits of information or like tips or tricks you can give for that?
Yeah, hearing harmonies is takes a lot of ear training. I love singing along to like the Indigo Girls
Hmm.
and focusing on just Emily's parts or Amy's parts. And then Becky Schlegel said this: learn the harmony part as if it's the melody. So that's your part, then you know that that's your paved road that you are to sing.
Okay.
And do you play piano?
No, I do wish I did though, because I think it would make a lot of things easier in the writing world, in the harmony world, in the guitar world. It would
Yeah,
do a lot of
yes,
good.
yes. Uh, so also guitar could help too, but for me, seeing the piano parts
Hmm.
and seeing the thirds or the fifths that you're working on for the different vocal lines,
Yeah.
then you can visualize where your voice is going to go when you're placing the note. So
Well, good.
yeah, it takes a lot of
Yeah,
practice.
it does. It was a long time, and I could mimic anything, but if someone said like, sing harmony to this, couldn't do it.
Well,
But I've
so
gotten a lot better.
you play guitar, right?
Yes.
Okay, so if it starts on a note and it's you strumming it, and then just pick each one of the six strings, find the home note, and then find your harmony note.
Okay.
So you then you just kind of lead it that way, and
Okay.
you make your brain remember. It's
Yeah,
hard.
that was the next thing too, is not as like starting out in my own lane and then veering off into someone else's lane.
You're right.
I'm
Or
like,
you
wait a
can
minute, now I'm singing your thing. What? I can't.
yes, yes. I've been known to sing both Emily's parts and Amy's parts as if I when I was doing one of their songs by myself.
Yeah.
Yes, mix it up.
Oh, funny. Well, thank you
Yeah.
so much for taking the time to talk to me.
Absolutely.
Nice
There's one
to,
last thing I wanted to
yeah.
share.
Yeah, please.
I have an outreach program. So, as a cancer survivor, I champion all different sorts of organizations that support people faced with cancer and other difficult things. So, on my tour that coming up, I am going to be performing at a variety of libraries,
Oh,
sharing my two books and my inspirational songs. And I'm really excited about that. It's something that a lot of us musicians can do, actually um, help people out
yeah,
because music heals. I mean, why do you write music?
right. It truly does. It really, really does.
Yeah, yeah. So, with this kind of new reboot of my music career, I have this mission to make sure I do some outreach programs throughout the whole year, and spread the love of music and remind each other that we're not alone in the tough parts of life.
Yep.
Yeah, we do have stumbles, but we are always working on a summit, and it is worth celebrating.
It definitely is. I think the CMOs is a big part of proving that we're all together too.
Yes, absolutely. So wonderful to connect with you. Thank you
You
so much.
too. Of course. I can't wait to see you in person in April.
Yes, yes. And do you have some new music releasing soon?
I just did a full album release in August. So,
Okay.
yep. So it was a 10-song album. It was the biggest project I've done so far. So, yeah, that was a lot, and I don't have anything currently. It's an expensive adventure, but
Oh, yes. Yes, it
but
is. That's
yeah.
why
So
we
I'm
all have day
stoked about
jobs.
that. Yeah, yeah, exactly. So you'll have to check that out because that's one
Yeah,
of
yep.
the
I've
proudest
heard it.
projects. Oh,
It's
thank you.
really great. It's really
Thank
great.
you. Thank you so
Yes.
much.
So
I'm
keep
very
on
proud of
keeping
it.
on.
Thank you. Yeah, that album was definitely a healing album for me too. There was, lots of breakup involved right before that, and I was like, you know what? I'm just gonna pour my whole heart into this, and I did, and now I've got this kick butt album that's out there, and it was all worth it.
Yeah, yeah. It's really amazing how we get the opportunity to articulate ourselves, what we have to
Mhm.
say through music.
Yeah, it is. And I learned a lot of it is very intimidating, very, vulnerable and overwhelming, but truly I think that's the easiest and best way to connect with other people because chances are they've been through it and they know and they want to know that someone else has those same experiences. So
Yes,
that
absolutely.
makes it a little easier, but
Well, check out the Facebook group
I
and see if
will.
you get inspired to write a song, and you can jump right in. It's 10 prompts in 20 weeks, and we're in the middle of
Okay.
the second prompt.
Okay.
Orca.
It just cracks me up. I love it.
Yeah.
I can't wait to see what else you write based on the next 20 weeks.
Yay. Thank you. Thank you.
All right. We will
See you in
keep in touch
April.
and see you in April.
All right.
Okay.
Bye.
Bye.